What's up, guys? Welcome to Logged and Loaded, episode the next one. We've got no idea what episode this is.
No, we should probably start keeping track, maybe.
It's episode not as high as it should be because we haven't been doing them every single week.
No. But to be fair, last weekend we were both quite busy.
True.
You were away.
And this,
I was away.
This weekend, next weekend we're
Next
very
weekend
busy
we
as
were
well.
very busy as well. Yeah, but I'm sure we could possibly do it on the Sunday night or something afterwards.
Yeah, we probably could.
Or just, work out somewhere in between, just sat in the services doing it.
Oh, aye.
Yeah,
We'll just go around and interview people.
Yeah, a service station, locked and loaded on the road, once again.
Not a bad show.
Just go to random people and like, Weatherby Services. So, how did you think the Natural Strongman UK and Ireland went? And I'm like, the fuck?
They'll be like, what is that?
Exactly, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. They'll be like, I thought everybody who does strongman takes gear.
No. They won't. They'll be like, people in Strongman take gear.
Actually, that is probably what they would do. And that's a very
Oh, they're nutty, them, like.
And that's a very good segue into today's topic.
It
isn't
is,
it?
very much so, yes.
For those of you who have been living under a fucking rock,
Under Dwayne.
the enhanced games are doing a deadlift, aren't they?
Yeah, max deadlift.
Because Thor wants to break his record again.
Yeah, and get unfathomable amounts of money for it.
Well, it's 250k.
I can't fathom how much. Can you imagine how much 250k is in £1 coins in a room?
No.
Unfathomable.
Well, I guess you're right. That would be unfathomable. Unfathomable.
You'd be like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh yeah. Except if you actually dived into a thing of pen
absolutely
pound
die.
coins, yeah, you would be fucking crippled for life.
Does that mean Scrooge McDuck has like a Terminator skeleton?
Somebody
just
must have something
dive
like that.
in,
Yeah, motherfucker is crazy.
Dive into a pit of pennies and survive.
He's just, he must.
Next
have
level,
something.
next up,
He's
yeah.
got something going on, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Adamantium frame duck.
Yeah, he's on trend, clearly.
He's definitely on trend. Speaking of people who
Do
are
you
on
think
trend.
Scrooge McDuck is on trend? Let us know.
Right, yeah, so
Speaking of people on trend, yeah.
basically, Thor's going to go do the deadlift.
Yep.
And then for some reason, Mitchell Hooper piped up because he wanted to be invited, even though there's no reason that he should be because he is not anywhere near.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against
I don't-
Mitchell Hooper, but I think that was just a full-on publicity thing trying to take advantage of Thor's limelight with the enhanced games,
Yeah, I agree.
which is a bit gay.
What's the max Mitch has pulled on a deadlift?
Not 500. I
Yeah.
think it's like 480. I want to say 480. Yeah.
It's still a very good deadlift.
Yeah, it's better than mine.
But I think when you start getting to that number, obviously the reason why Eddie's deadlift stayed at 500 for so long, and the record stayed at 500 for so long, is once you get to that level, it's really hard to start really progressing up the weights.
Unless you Thor.
Unless you Thor, apparently, yeah. But then again, could Thor have just been holding back for years? Letting the
I'm
hype,
going to go with no.
letting the hype
I'm
build.
going to go with no.
No,
No, if he saw an opportunity to crush Eddie Hall's soul, he would have taken it immediately.
fair enough.
Right, anyway, so Mitchell Hooper's working with the Enhanced Games, as is Thor, and Mitchell Hooper has decided to publicly announce his steroid consumption.
Yes.
Now, there's a few things that are wrong about this, although the
Yep.
internet is divided on whether it's good or bad. So real quick, do you think it's good or bad?
I'm divided.
Oh, you're divided as well?
Yeah, I think it's transparency is key, because there'll be a lot of people who, like we just mentioned, a lot of people don't realise that these guys are taking different drugs and different performance enhancers that, like, if you were just to, if we were going to Sunderland now, or going to down to Seaton and literally ask 20 people and go, like, just random people walking the streets, don't do the gym, just go, do you think Mitchell Hooper, world's strongest man, is taking steroids?
Mhm.
Most of them will probably go, no.
Yeah, my mum didn't think that any of them were taking steroids for a very long time until...
Most people in my work didn't think people were on steroids. When I was doing natural strongman worlds, they were like, well, aren't all of them natural? It's a tested sport. I said, it's not.
I think the reason that people don't think that they're taking steroids is because they don't look.
Yeah, they're not
that.
like...
They don't look like Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't want to look like Ronnie Coleman now, but
No.
they don't look like Ronnie Coleman in his
No.
prime.
No, or Arnie, or any of the...
Yeah, because when you look like that, it's visible. It's like, well, it's obvious because you look like you're taking steroids.
Yeah.
Whereas strong men, historically, have always just looked large, like big puddings. They're soft,
Yes.
aren't they? They're soft.
Fluffy.
Very fluffy.
Fluffy around the edges. Good huggers.
Yeah.
Looks like they give you a good hug.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get a hug off some of them.
Who wouldn't you want to get a hug off?
Gavin Bilton.
Oh, I bet he gives a great hug.
Bet he does, but I just feel like I'll be getting like spunked. You know?
No, he's lost 30 kilos.
Has he? Oh, if he's lost 30 kilos, then yeah. I just
I mean,
feel
he's
like
still huge.
I just feel like the Absorbaloff from Doctor Who.
I've not seen that.
Have you not?
No.
It's the big fat guy with all the faces on him.
So you're calling Gavin Bilton fat?
No.
Oh, that sounds
No.
like that's what you said.
No.
Anyway, yeah, that's why people have this
Presumption.
presumption. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so yeah, he's come out with a steroid stack, and his steroid stack is he's going to be taking, I think, 750 test, 300 milligrams of NPP.
Yep.
It did say 100 masteron and was crossed out. I presume.
So I think it was the master, because he's taken more tests now than he was for World's Strongest Man, more NPP than he was for World's Strongest Man. He's taken 100 mast for World's Strongest Man, but he's got rid of that.
I think it's because the enhanced games don't allow.
Yeah.
It's not a approved drug.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So he's taken that out because it's not, but then he's put like Adderall in.
Yeah, 16 milligrams.
16 milligrams of Adderall and then something else.
Yeah, it's 50 milligram of Halo a day and 100 milligram of Anadrol a day, which are two of the most toxic substances. They're orals. Very toxic.
Dangerous.
Yeah, so like
He did go on to say, like, obviously don't do what I'm doing, blah blah. I'm saying don't. I'm telling you what I'm taking just so you don't. But like, is that really gonna happen?
do you know what that's like doing? That's like the WWE saying this shit's really
Yeah,
fun,
don't-
but don't fucking try
Don't
it
try
at
this at
home.
home.
Yeah,
These are
don't do that.
trained jackass. These are trained professionals. Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
How many times have you watched Jackass and thought, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go down the street and
Well,
stop and trolley"?
My brother powerbombed me through fucking boxes and through fucking mattresses and all sorts because we watched WWE. And you know what? I had a great time being
Yeah.
powerbombed. It was fine.
Yeah, me and my brother would do the same, but we
Yeah.
had experience of judo, so we kind of knew how to fall safely.
Right. Yeah.
So we could do that without
I was
seriously
just a
damaging
crash
ourselves.
test dummy.
Yeah,
And I turned out alright.
maybe that's why your knees are fucked.
Probably. Yeah, probably one of the reasons.
But yeah, like, it goes on to say, obviously, loads of teenagers are doing it these days, and like they're just putting stuff in the body because they think it's going to be good and whatever. And I think he's kind of over assuming that. I think there is lots of people just taking gear in the gym scene, not really knowing why. They just think they need to.
Yeah. Oh, that's rife.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think all he's doing is by publicly advertising what he is taking is basically going, you fuckers don't know what you're doing, but I do, so do this.
Yeah, so even though he's saying, like, oh, disclaimer, don't do what I'm doing, really, a lot of people are going to see it and be like, well, that's the best strongman athlete ever.
Yeah.
Right? Not statistically in terms of wins and stuff, but he is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow that steroid cycle because that's what he does. And if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, and he was straight away, and fair enough in being like, this is detrimental to your health to do, and like it's not going to be fully healthy. And obviously, these drugs are designed for human consumption. For if you've got like an overactive thyroid or whatever, and putting it into a healthy human isn't going to actually have the same effect. It's going to have different effects and whatever. But he's still just advertising what to do, essentially.
Yeah. I think like it's both damaging and not damaging because obviously he is kind of saying you've got to do it in a sensible way, blah blah blah, but then also saying this is what I'm taking, and it's not a small amount of drugs.
No.
it's not like 750 test. Yeah, that's not loads, right? That's not loads,
Yeah.
right? But he's taking 150 milligrams of orals a day. 150 milligrams of orals a day.
And as you said, the most toxic ones.
The orals are more toxic than injectables because they have to go through your fucking liver and stuff. Whereas injectables, you just put them straight in your bloodstream, right? They're all toxic, right?
Yeah.
But
they're all not really meant to be getting injected into your system.
Yeah, to different degrees. Like, I don't know fucking loads about it. I'm not a fucking grandmaster on steroids. I don't know anywhere near as much as, you know, a pharmacologist on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I just know things.
Let's bring a pharmacologist in, and here we have Timmy the cat. He's asleep. He's very, very cute.
But yeah, so like, it's not a small dose of steroids, and then
No.
yeah, so like, if people are going from taking, I don't know, because D-bol is a very common thing that people take, because it's an oral.
Yep.
Because people don't like doing the injections
when
they should do it that way because it's the cleanest way to do it. You've obviously got risk of infection with injections and stuff like that, but it's the better way to do it.
Especially if you do it properly.
Yeah, of course, and
because you're always going to get those people who are just like, I can't go buy more needles and I'll just use all of them, and that's fucking bad. Yeah,
and like, arguably the steroid stack that Mitch is taking, if it's encouraging people to go down that route, is a lot worse than just some kids taking some D-bol.
Yeah.
Which isn't good either.
No.
Certainly isn't good either. So what got me was when I saw, so somebody else posted it, like an actual image and highlighting the stack.
Yeah.
And it was the comments on that post that scared me the most. You've got people commenting, people who are just, you know, run-of-the-mill, average kind of strongman,
even below average, strongman.
Below average, yeah. And they're commenting saying, that's not much. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's 150 milligrams of orals a day. Like, for one. Not to mention the other things, like the 750 test and the 300 MPP is not loads, but it's still on the high end.
Yeah.
Like, if you compare that to like what bodybuilders take, no, it's not a lot of steroids. But there's people who shouldn't be taking steroids at all because they are like
dodgy people.
They're just, you know, if you're gonna take steroids, it's because you're like a high level athlete. Like, if you're gonna go in, you're gonna be a fucking champion, or you're gonna make a lot of money out of it. It's your job. Sure, in that case, that's possibly the route that you may have to take.
Yeah.
If that's not you, and you've been doing it for years and you've never achieved that, why are you slamming that much gear into your system?
Now there is. So I was speaking. It was a while ago, but I was speaking with Mr. Grumpykins.
All right, great.
Yeah. But the fact that he got Europe last year, didn't he?
Yes.
So he was speaking to me after that about what people were taking backstage.
Yeah.
And if he's surprised by the amount of stuff that some of these people were taking backstage, I think it's because he's not exactly.
He's partial to a bit of gear.
Yeah, he's not exactly like the cleanest athlete in the world.
But that's also a high level competition.
Yeah, but he's like these people, and it's like masters athletes and stuff like that and the people who were taking it were the people who weren't coming top. The people he was talking about were the people who were the bottom of the pack. And they're blasting these and they're popping Halo before every single event, and it's like, what are these people actually thinking about before they go and do these events? Like, are they really thinking that that's gonna just doing all that rather than actually doing the groundwork, doing that like foundation building stage of building the muscle, building the right movements, building the sequences in your head?
Yeah.
Over, right, I'll just blast a load of this and just turn up.
That is unfortunately the thing that people are stuck in.
Yeah. Because
nobody wants to learn how to do it properly.
No.
People just want to take a load of gear and get really fucking strong, but in reality, they aren't.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's always when you look at like, you can go to whatever novice comps and beginners comps and first timers and whatever. And I think a good example of this is the next era one that I went to when you watched on the stream the other week. The people who won, were they the biggest in the event? Like,
no.
Mass-wise, size-wise, no. There were some people in there who were much bigger, much more strongman-looking than the people who won. But the people who won were very efficient for the category, had good movement patterns, and seemed to have a good cardio base as well
to
deal with the fast-paced event. Whereas some of the people who look more like your typical strongman, who, for all, I'm not saying anybody was there, but they could have been taking loads of stuff, whatever. They were, the typical look wasn't the winner.
Yeah.
So why do people still think, people still go to like those novice opens into shows and get beaten by people who look like me, the weakest looking 145 kilo log presser. And they still get beaten, like, oh, I'm being beaten by that fucking skinny bastard there. And it's because they don't do any of that foundation stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah. And like
you just think that they would, because the amount of times it happens, they go to these comps and then get beaten by someone exactly the same, just a different person fitting that same sort of bill of smaller, more technically minded, more technically gifted athletes. And they still don't think, well, actually, I might cut a few pounds and I might try and learn how to split jerk.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the fact that people aren't learning from that is scary as well.
They're just stuck in this old school
This
kind of
rut.
mentality, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where they think, I've just got to blast a load of gear, get as big and heavy as humanly possible, and that'll lead me to glory. When in reality, like, I went and did the Opens qualifier last year,
Yeah.
and it was the best Opens athletes in the country outside of Giants Live.
Yeah.
And I placed third.
Yeah.
I had no business placing third.
And if you didn't fumble the stone, you could have actually won it.
I should have won. Oh, fucking hell, I should have won it. But that's a prime example. Like, I was 110 kilos on that morning.
Yeah.
I don't have a 400.
You were one of the lightest guys there.
Yeah, I didn't have a 400 kilo deadlift or a 200 kilo log.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
No.
It's about being. People need to realise it's about being good at strongman, not about just being strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be good at the sport because the sport is so technical now, and efficiency is so important.
Long strength is only going to get you so far.
It does, yeah. It does only get you so far, and it's when you've got that combination of the strength and the ability, that's when you get the likes of Mitchell Hooper will appear.
Yeah.
And he is very technically good at everything, and he's very fucking strong.
Yeah.
And that's when you push to that level.
Yeah.
That next level. Like Alex Sukup is a great example in the 105s. He's the 2024 world champion.
Yeah.
Incredibly statically strong and incredibly fast and incredibly good stamina, and he's just fucking good at everything.
Yeah.
That's why he's the world champion. You can't be that if you don't have everything.
Yeah.
You could, like you say, it can only get you so far. Yeah, Mongstrong might get you to a top 6, top 8 finish at a national qualifier, but you're not actually going to get anywhere in the sport from that.
Yeah, but you also see a lot of these people who, like the online qualifiers, a lot of people who do them because they are one-offs.
Yeah.
That one-off deadlift,
Yeah.
that one-off log, that one-off yoke, for example. That's what was this year, deadlift log yoke. You'll see those people, and the people who finished in the top 4 or 5 on them, when it comes to actually the comp that they've qualified for, they're not top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You very rarely get those people who are really good at those online qualifiers actually coming and dominating the events.
Oh,
you do get the like 1 or 2 who come in and they are good.
Yeah.
But generally, because they'll plan it and they'll go, right, okay, I'll peak me deadlift for this day, and I'll peak me log for this day, and I'll peak me yoke for this day, and they're fresh on every single one. As soon as it comes to that actual event where they're turning up and they're deadlifting log, yoke, farmers, stones, same day, they're fucked.
Yeah.
That's just my full point, really. So, again, I think the online qualifiers justify people as well a little bit more than maybe they should be.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it's very rare that you see somebody qualify for something via an online qualifier and then actually go and perform well.
Yeah, I think there will be, there is exceptions, but they're few and far between.
Very few and far between. I don't think I've ever seen anybody qualify for like an OSG or a Europe's via the online qualifier who's then gone and outperformed the majority of the field.
Yeah. It is what it is, isn't it?
It is. The guys who do well are the guys who are good at strongman.
Yeah.
Instead of just being strong. Right, but also back to this Mitchell Hooper thing. So, World's Strongest Man has on their website that they are against the use of performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, they do.
Now, it's all well and good them saying that and not testing anyone and it being fine, and it's being like a general kind of mutual understanding that we all take gear but we're not getting tested, so it's fine to do that, and everyone does it. And it's not cheating, it's not against the rules because they're not checking for it.
But also none of the athletes have openly come out and said, this is what I'm doing.
Well, exactly that. Whereas Mitchell Hooper has openly said, I'm taking X, Y, and Z, so now surely...
World's strongest man should say, you're going against the ethics of the sport.
Well, yeah, you can't compete, bro, because you fucked it, haven't you?
You've said you're on gear.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
No.
Yeah. I mean, in our recent video where it was Natty versus Enhanced, I didn't start saying I was taking steroids.
No.
It just said Natty versus Enhanced.
Yeah.
It could be satire. It could not.
It could be you're on really enhanced creatine and I'm not.
I could have had some BPC on the morning.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah. But anyway, it's...
And I don't think I was too far away from you in all things considered.
You just realise that I'm push pressing without sleeves and you're doing jerk.
I know.
I'll jerk next time. We'll see how far.
Let's see you get. Let's see what you get.
Speaking of which, there's a official strongman log and deadlift being held in Derry in Ireland, with at Matt McKeegan's gym by Renegade Strongman Promotions. He's asked me if I want to go. I was already kind of considering it. It's a maybe. Maybe for me. I might go down there.
To Derry.
Yeah, I mean Derry's a fucking awful place. It's awful.
Never been.
It's like a 50-50 ratio of crackheads to normal people. It's not nice.
Yeah.
If you're from Derry, I don't apologise. It's awful.
I think Brian Murray might be from Derry.
Brian Murray.
I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong.
Well, it's London. Is it London Derry, the one in Northern Ireland? Is it too?
No, it just depends who you speak to as to whether they say it's London Derry or Derry.
Oh yeah, because they don't like calling it London Derry because it's got London in it. Yeah. Anyway,
troubles or something.
Yeah, awful place. But Matt asked us if I want to go. It's a maybe. I might go down and I might split.
Will you pay for your flights?
No, not a fucking chance, will he?
Yeah.
He's got enough money
It's
though.
It's worth a chance. Worth an ask.
I might ask him. I'm like, you're fucking minted. You fucking pay for my flights.
Yeah, you've got enough money to get a teardrop tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. I bet you could get loads of teardrop tattoos if you wanted to. Yeah. So like, this.
When is that? Just so people know the date.
Oh fuck knows. July, I think.
But
with the moving of Europe's to
it makes it a little
October,
bit more doable.
It's definitely doable.
It's that kind of like downtime between Brits and Europe.
Yeah, I've got nothing to do.
Yeah.
So. Well, you get cash prizes for world records. I'm like, well, I'll come and do a bag toss world record.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be a bag toss world record there. Which is a shame because that's free money.
Is there a stone world record?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It'll be everything.
Ooh.
It'll be
I'm not getting 226 like this.
Yeah. Is that whose record is that? Is that Pascari's record?
I don't know. There's 3 or 4 of them have all matched at the same weight, I think.
Right.
I think they all went to like a rogue event and it was like they all got the same number.
Okay, right. Well, yeah. So that's a maybe. I might go down and split jerk a log for a 180.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm just on the fence, man. I'm on the fence about like it's the weight cut and doing all that.
Yeah.
I just can't be fucking arsed if I'm honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's like, it'll be a cool title to have in the 105s. I'm like, yeah, but like I could have won it last time. I just kind of decided I didn't want to win it.
Yeah.
Because I tied with someone else, and then I could have just very easily just been like, right, I'll just do 5 kilos more on my deadlift and then win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I thought, nah, I'm gonna fucking send it. So I took a 30 kilo jump and then missed.
Oops.
So yeah, maybe it's a maybe for me. We'll see. See about it.
Yeah.
Do you think World Strongest Man will ban Mitchell Hooper?
I don't think they will.
They shouldn't. Well, they should.
They should.
They won't.
But no, I don't think they will.
They won't.
I think it'll be down to just because how well he's done over the past few years. They wouldn't want to, especially with him being a previous champion.
I think it's because if they do that, he'll fucking have their lives on social media.
Probably. Yeah.
He would fucking rinse them anywhere, wouldn't he? He's not afraid to speak his mind, is he?
No, but I feel like Mitchell Hooper's very much like Marmite. Like people either like really love him or they really hate him.
I don't know how to take him. Really.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. But when he speaks, I don't ever think, oh, you're a fucking top bloke, you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
He just seems like he's so far up his own arse that he is like making himself talk.
Fair enough.
He's got his fists so far up now. Like a muppet. He's his own muppet.
Hello, Timmy.
What do you think about Mitch Hooper?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment, bro.
He's
he's a polarizing character, isn't he? Interesting video. I'm not sure if it's damaging or not. Realistically, it's probably one of those things that's already not relevant, and we're just late talking about it.
Yeah, because yeah, fair enough. But a lot of people seem to want to meet him at the Arnold's last weekend.
There was a massive queue.
Yeah.
There was not a queue to meet me though. I'm shocked about.
From what I've heard, the Arnold's last weekend wasn't the Arnold's Strongman Expo. It was the Arnold's Q Expo.
Oh god, yeah.
Because it was just queuing, and there was apparently a lot of people rinsing the anime people next door.
Oh right, okay,
that
yeah.
caused a lot of upset.
So I was there because Scott was doing the BPU single lifts. He was doing the bench press.
Yeah.
And the expo itself, once you'd walked around for about 5 or 6 minutes, it was done.
Yeah, I've been told there wasn't really a lot going on. There was like a couple of booths that had shit to do, but
well, there was the Together We Lift that had the axle deadlift again, the tandem deadlift, which was sound. That's what they always do. One of the, I think the ESN booth had a 110 kilo Thomas Inch style dumbbell.
Yeah, I saw that.
That they said 7 people have picked up, and I can guarantee you now, 7 people haven't picked that up. There's no way. I didn't break the floor with it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying I'm the fucking gripped on, but there was not 7 or 8 people in that building that can do that.
No, not at all.
They said that one guy somehow managed to scoop it on his wrist. I don't even think he did that. There's no way.
No. Unless you had
like 1 or 2 people in the building, yeah, because Sam Parker was there.
Yeah.
So I imagine if anybody could have a fucking go at it, it would be him.
So I saw loads of like the bodybuilding teen influencers struggling to pick it up with 2 fucking hands.
Yeah.
Which was quite funny. So I'm like, my grip's shit, but I'm still picking it up with 2 hands.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't even think Mateo would have picked that up.
Oh no, I don't. I agree with that.
Yeah. As soon as they told me it was 110, I was like, "There's no way anyone could do this."
Yeah. And
they're like, "Oh, 7 people have." I'm like, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't very good.
No,
it was
loads of people complaining about it and saying that it'll never like the peak at 2024. A couple of years ago, I didn't go. You didn't.
I've never been.
Apparently,
the first one
it was very good at 2024. You walked out with like fucking bags and bags worth of swag.
It's not only about walking out with bags and bags of swag. Like we went to the Fit Expo when I competed at Brits last year. I was at the Fit Expo in Northwest, which is in the Bolton Arena, and I thought that was really good. And that was the first convention that I've been to, and I really enjoyed it.
I've been to 2 Fit Expos. I went to the Fit Expo in Manchester a couple of years ago because at the time Conor Thomas was being coached by Adam Marshall and he was competing at the Englands that they had on there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, he's coached by Adam Marshall?
He wasn't before he was coached by me.
Oh, right, okay.
But we went down, we had a bit of a watch, and to be fair, it was smaller than the one that had champions on last year. But even then, there was still quite a bit going on. Like you had the strongman, you had like taekwondo, you had boxing, you had CrossFit in the corner, and there was still like quite a few booths that had. I think there was probably 10 things that we did, and then one I wanted to do but couldn't because I'd just got a tattoo.
Yeah.
But it was like if you could, there was an ice bath there, and it was basically you get in the ice bath and you get a free T-shirt.
All right.
So that was quite nice. But like there's things to do, and like you were never like queuing for more than like 2 or 3 people to have a go on these things. Where apparently just to get some free shit at the Arnold's, you were queuing like half an hour, and then you had to sign your life away.
It was just Q Simulator, mate. That's all it was.
Well, we love Q Simulator.
But yeah, Fit Expos seem to be a lot better. There's more to do. You've got people actually going around handing stuff out instead of having to fucking sit
I walked
alive
out with so many fucking Celsius drinks.
I love those Celsius drinks. I think they were really nice. Yeah.
It's a shame that you just can't buy them very often.
Yeah, Celsius, if you want to sponsor the pod.
Yeah, Celsius, please do. We love your drinks. The fantasy vibe that you do, very fucking nice.
I can't even remember what flavour I got.
It was fantasy vibe, sunset vibe, peach vibe, and then there was another one which I can't remember.
So now I just fucking opened it and drank it.
Yeah, well, we mixed them all together and put them in that.
That was
very fucking good.
I bet.
Very good.
But yeah, shite. Right.
Well,
anyway.
how was Scotty's
It was all right. Scott placed second. He missed his last lift that would have got him first place, but he was forced into taking a bigger jump than he possibly would have. The idea was we wanted to tie with the other guy because Scott weighed in 0.4 kilos less.
Yeah.
So if we tied, Scott would have won on body weight. Unfortunately, the guy who ended up winning opened heavier than Scott.
Okay.
So we were chasing him, and then we thought 195 would be the play because we thought that's what he was going to go, and then he opted to go. Obviously, he wouldn't be able to do 195 if we did it.
Yeah,
because he would have to do 197.
Yeah.
But then he thought we weren't going to get it, so he went 192, which he got. Scott failed the 195. Came off the chest nicely, but it just wasn't quite there yet. Scott was a bit disappointed because obviously he ended with a 185.
Yeah.
Because it was quite a big jump that we did take to try and take this off that guy, but
you got to think though, Scotty's about a year on from a completely shattered humerus.
Snapped it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the day he did it. It was fucking horrendous.
It was, yeah.
Watching him try to get in the car to take him to the fucking hospital, his arms fucking moving about. The fact that a year later he's bench pressing 185.
I think it's a very good result. There was a lot of things.
I absolutely agree.
There was a lot of things that weren't perfect as well. Like he was ill 2 weeks out and lost 4 kilos.
Yeah.
And then his refeed was fucking awful. When I got there, it was 4 hours after he'd weighed in. I got there. I was like, Scott, how's the refeed been so far? He's like, well, I've had 2 protein bars. So I'm going to do his refeed for him next time.
Yeah.
He's normally on it. I don't know why that is. I think it was just
because he was away and it was at the finish or the Arnold Expo and he was walking about and seeing the different bits and bobs, and you cannot really be walking about just fucking scrambling like that. I know for England's when I weighed in, I stayed for the first couple of hours when I was getting fluids in, but as soon as it was kind of getting towards the time I could eat, I was out of there. I was back at my Airbnb and I was scrambling the race.
You're going to remember to read the instructions correctly this time.
Yes. So I'm back in my big water bottle. I've got a Cerberus fanny pack coming.
Oh,
and I'm gonna put all of my
You got a Cerberus fanny pack coming, have you?
I do, yeah.
They're good, like. I really like it. I think it's class.
I used Coach Tommy Owens to get it as well.
That was a good thing to do.
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
I spun my wheel of people I know who have Cerberus codes, and yours come up.
I hope the wheel is just me all the way around.
No, it's you, Jamie Kleiman,
it's fucking
Big
not.
Sexy Grandad.
Oh, shut up.
No, it was just you. You were always the one I was going to pick. So I got myself a Cerberus fanny pack. I got myself some of the zinc oxide tape as well.
Okay, cool.
Because I've wrapped my wrists when I'm doing the sandbags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming hopefully Monday.
Great, and you've got UK's on next Saturday.
Do yes.
So a week tomorrow at time of recording. So that'll be good. That'll be
really
good.
Yeah. If you want to tune in, if you're not anywhere near Wolverhampton, if you want to tune in, it's on Strong Pass.
It is. Get yourselves on Strong Pass. Get yourself a pass for the live stream.
No doubt, you'll probably be on the commentary.
Well, I've asked. I'm in the volunteer group.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on the screen before.
Yeah, because I said I'll volunteer if they want me on the commentary. But if they don't want me on commentary, I do intend to just be doing coaching.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be resetting things and stuff like that.
I don't blame you.
Not because I don't want to, but just because I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's hard. I don't like lifting things unless I'm training. I'm not John Guinea, no.
Ireland's most Irish man.
He is. He's way more Irish than I am.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about sums it up, doesn't it? Guys, leave a comment in the box below if you think Mitchell Hooper should be banned from World's Strongest Man. We're not saying that he should.
No, but if it's in the text on their website saying about, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you came out and said that you take fucking X, Y, and Z, then Natural Strongman would probably be like, you're probably not coming back.
Yeah. If I suddenly just turn around and went, I'm taking this, and this.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah. And they're also like, how the fuck did you get past our drug tests? You've been drug tested quite a few times.
Yeah. Like if you were doing the Olympics.
Yeah.
And you came out and said, this is going to be my stack for my next run.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, you're off the team, bro. You're definitely off the team.
Yeah, the way that the Russians were found out for it, and now the Russians are banned from competing.
There you go.
If you're a Russian athlete who is willing to be rigorously tested, you compete under the international community.
Oh yes,
rather than Russia.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what else Russia should be banned from?
What?
Counter-Strike.
Sound? Why?
Because they're just fucking horrible,
So
aren't they?
recipe.
Yeah, that's all they do. Toxic as fuck.
I saw a video the other day, and it was a guy in Ukraine, and he just like wandered onto a building site, and someone on this building site had built a full-scale replica of Dust 2.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's sick.
he's walking about. He's like, even like to the point where like on A site, as you like, if you come up from mid onto A,
Yeah.
you've got obviously where CT spawn underground
yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
and like you've got that little random like shelf in the corner. Even that's been built like it's a proper full-scale replica of.
Jeez.
He's got all the boxes. He's got spray paint, everything.
That's sick.
It's really cool. I'll see if I can find it. It's really cool.
Should do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Has he made it into like a BB kind of?
I don't know. Who just
thing.
randomly on like a building
He's
site?
just
in
done it
Ukraine?
because he wanted to and has told no one about
When
it.
the guy who found it wasn't the guy who owns the building site. He was just kind of walking through, and he was like, "The fuck."
Well, why is this here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Also,
the
P90 Rush B.
P90 Rush B. That was MP5K.
MP5K. Right, okay.
You just hold the button.
Yeah.
Did see someone really smart idea on CS2. So the football that's just outside of like C or T spawn
Where?
on Dust 2. There's like a little football just dotting about.
Right.
He's kicked the football in between doors at the bottom of A
Oh, right,
and
okay.
then smoked it.
Oh, okay.
And then as soon as the CTs have ran in, they've kicked the football out. He just negative through and got like 4 of them. And they're all calling him like cheater and stuff. But like on his screen, you see the football just fly out from the smoke. So it's like,
Oh, that's quite smart.
it's really smart.
Quite smart. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, apparently you've got something for me.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Oh, if you don't know, it was Fisher's birthday on Monday.
Monday. 27 club now.
Oh, I've got you an gift.
And gift. Oh.
There you go.
This and gift.
There's an gift for you. Do you want me to hold
from,
this?
from Tom Owens. Oh, it's from Gibraltar Trading Company.
Oh, well, you've ruined it now, haven't you?
Oh my god, it is some white monster shorts.
It is.
These are amazing.
Yeah. I guessed the size.
I mean, they are bigger than the size I've got.
Oh, damn. Maybe
Size
I
I've
guessed
got's
incorrectly.
large, but then again, mine are very small on me. They are cool as fuck.
Yeah, pretty nice, aren't they?
They are going straight on when I get home.
I was going to get you the England flag ones because you'd be able to wear them at UK's, but they didn't have your size.
Damn. I mean, it's also with the way that like the England flag is being used at the minute with the racists painting roundabouts and putting them on flags. It's not really.
Yeah, but normal people can use the
I
flag.
know
not
normal
be-
people
not be
can,
racist.
but then like people will presume. Oh fucking hell! That's heavy here.
Do be raining.
Do be raining. There's someone on your driveway.
Yeah. He's on his driveway.
On his driveway.
Yeah.
Shared driveway.
Oh,
They are very nice. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, you can wear them.
I shall wear them in the gym tomorrow.
Also, I wanted to point out, guys, you're watching this on YouTube and you're wondering why we are here and not in the pod studio in the loft. It is because
It's under construction.
it is under construction yet. We are nearly done. Ellen has been renovating. She's done a good job so far, to be fair.
The renovate master.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to be here until that's done. We've got some little surprise bits to go on the wall and stuff. So
Hopefully, it should be done for next time.
Hopefully so, yeah.
We went up to get the mics and stuff today, and it is looking quite nice.
it looks pretty sick, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's a few little bits. Obviously, I know there's bits to go on the wall and stuff, but I think there's a few little bits we need to plan.
Well, actually, funnily enough, when I asked ChatGPT for a design, it
Give you
did
some
it did
plants.
say plants. Yeah.
I'll bring my pot of greed.
Oh yeah, sick. Pot of greed.
Pot of greed.
What does that card do?
Draw 2 cards.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If you don't know the meme, get to know.
Yeah, get to know the pot of greed meme.
Yeah. Pot of greed.
Also, what do people think of these mics?
Well, I hope they think they're cool. I think they're cool.
I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be even better when we do logged and loaded on the road.
Yeah, that would be good. To be honest, I think the audio sounds better with this on
Than
than it does when we've got the attached.
Yeah, because then we can ooh.
I like how when you brought it closer, you also went louder.
I know.
Yeah. But even when it was on the, so you saw the little thing
with
Alan, didn't you?
Yeah.
When it was on the thing, it just sounds cleaner.
Yeah. It sounds much cleaner.
So great stuff. Right, we'll be in the fucking podcast studio next time, hopefully.
Yes, we will.
Thank you very much for watching. On topic, stay natty.
Yes, indeed.
Don't do drugs. It's a bad fucking idea. I am not natty, and I'm telling you, don't do drugs, kids.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you're very, very careful and you do your blood work and you're supervised and
Is there somebody you can go to for blood work, Tom?
There is actually, yeah. You can go to Youth Revisited and you can use code Owens10 and you get 10% off blood work. They do a full panel. The male performance package is great. It'll tell you all about your testosterone, about your liver markers, your kidney markers, and it basically ensures that if you are taking performance enhancing drugs of any description, that you're not doing yourself a fucking mischief.
Exactly that.
Yeah, so do that. Yeah.
And even if you're not doing any performance enhancing drugs, and you just want to get some blood work checked to make sure you're healthy, you're happy.
To be honest, the natty should do it as well.
Yeah.
Ellen does it, and she's natty, because it just makes sense to do.
Yeah, it does.
Because if you've got a lot of internal stress and you don't know that's going on, you might be wondering, why am I not getting any stronger? Why is my recovery so shit? Oh yeah, this is why. Because I'm fucking dying.
Woo!
Hopefully not dying, but
no, maybe not.
Yeah, it's important, even if you're natty. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool. Right, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And as
Yeah,
always,
bastards.
go fuck yourselves.